Start off with some basic squats, and then we're going to a heel raised close stance squat. Kind of start with basic squats because I do them a little bit lighter, 2 plates. This is about as heavy as I'm going to go on the close quad, close stance squats. So we'll see how those are going. I think I saw my first quad bending day, so a little exciting. It's a little bit heavier. I'm going the close stance. I was doing it slow and controlled. Just like my sure I wasn't rushing through warm-up set, but that was a little bit heavier than I expected. I don't know. Maybe we'll do 4 more and see how that works out for us. 225 usually doesn't feel this heavy, so we'll see. I prefer the low bar. The low barring, I feel like is less optimal for a close stance squat. That's just what I prefer on a free bar squat. It's a little bit more optimal for me when it comes to powerlifting. That's what I was big into before I was in this bodybuilding shit. You can't tell I put that shit on today. Another Berserk shirt. Got to the back, scroll down to the front. Let's get this high bar out the way, see what happens. Did that look awkward for you guys? Because it felt awkward for me. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't really see my form. Maybe when I look back through the footage, you'll see how the form looks. First one hit the inside of my ankle, kind of weird. Did a 3 reps, so it felt good, just a little unstable. It's just weird, because I'm usually high bar with the, we're gonna put a 25 on the ground. We'll start with 2 plates, and if we feel like we can only get like 6 reps or something like that, maybe go down to a 25. We'll see. Alright, first set plate loaded. Let's see how it rocks. We'll start a low bar, and if it feels really awkward during the set, we'll swap to a high bar. Oh my. Yeah, I think we're at a good spot right there on the squats. 8 reps. I thought that last one was going to be easy. It was. I was going to go for 9 or 10, but that last one was, I don't know if I got unbalanced or what. That was weird. Crampy, pinchy feeling on the inside of my ankle for the first couple of reps. I don't know what that's about. It's really weird. Maybe I'm favoring one leg too much. I don't know. Quads are looking good though. My legs are looking thick. Especially this deep into prep, you know, I haven't really lost any leg width or size. You know, they've gotten more defined, which is super good. Super good. Big fan of that. I think on my left quad, on the outside, it looks like I'm starting to get maybe a vein. We'll see. If I get my legs veiny for my first show day, my first competition, I'll be super happy about that, actually. I mean, my arms are veiny, whatever, but everybody's arms is veiny, you know? What would be cool is to have some ab veins. I don't think I've ever seen those from me before, and I probably won't get ab vein lean, you know? It's great to have a lot of expectations for my first show, but setting the expectations too high is an issue that would dissuade me from a second show, you know? Because I know what like show lean and really truly lean looks like. Maybe not on me, but I know what I can aim for. And I'm not gonna get there for this first show. If I were to do a second show, I know how prep is, how late I have to start, you know, or how early I guess I should say. Because this one I really started 10 weeks out, and I should have started about 16 weeks out. And even then, I think I started at too high of a body fat, you know. But no, I really do want to do a second show because I can really see what I'm capable of. But I also want to swap into powerlifting after this. So it's a tough thing to balance because I really do want to go back into powerlifting because I used to be pretty good at powerlifting. I mean, for the state that I'm in Arizona, I could have held the state bench record for natural competitors. If I can get back into that, you know, I think I could do decently well at a powerlifting show to bring up my weight as well a little bit. You know, they're not bad, but they're nothing compared to state records of what people are deadlifting and squatting these days. So if I can bring those guys up alongside my bench, then I'll be happy. But like I said, I want to go for another bulk or two of their show because I want to see what I'm actually capable of. You know, I want to see how much muscle I can actually put on with the bulk. And what I actually look like on my next cut, you know, how much bigger I actually am. But let's lock it for the next set. Whew. Come on, here we go. Come on. I bitched on that last rep, so we're gonna go for a third set. I definitely should have gone for 9 right there. I bitched out though. I bitched out to go through it. I'm gonna raise the safety racks on my third set though. See how close I can actually get to failure. I'm trying to decide what I want to do after this because I'm running low on a little bit of time. I got out of the house late today. I woke up late, stayed up too late. And I know I just talked about a lack of sleep, but because I was trying to get enough sleep, I woke up late. Because from when I set my alarm, I was going to get just under 7 hours, like 6 hours and 50 minutes, right? I know everybody looks at the time until they have to wake up for their alarm. So I decided to get an extra 30 minutes of sleep, even with that 7-hour mark. But that put me a little bit behind this morning as far as getting ready for the day. Thankfully, I meal prepped my lunches for the day yesterday, so I don't have to worry about cooking my lunch while I was cooking my breakfast, which is what I used to do. So I'd cook my breakfast, but I would also cook some ground turkey for the day, get that prepped for lunch. But it's actually a lot easier just to grab the lunches and get out the house, you know? To keep everything controlled on the eccentric, you know? I never want to give up depth on the squats. I really want to take every squat as much depth as I can. Even if that means, you know, I don't get the most squat. But sometimes I bitch out. Come on. Superman pose, superhero pose. It's called. I think that's a good place to call those squats. We got on those. We're gonna go see what exercise next. My left leg started to shake literally as I was racking it. Probably because it had all the weight on it, because I left the other one on the plate while I was racking like a dummy, but I'll see you guys next exercise. Alright, I chose this as the next exercise because I'm running low on time and I can do some really hard sets on this before I dip out of here. Little quad extension. We're gonna get some nasty sets on this. Let's see where we can get going. Okay. Oh, I got some assist reps at the end there. Holy shit, that's a good burn. Ooh. Ooh. Last set of quads for the day. I really wanted to get the camera angle different on this side. I mean, I'm pasty, but damn. I'm super pasty. I mean, I am super pasty, let's be honest here. Going to bettering on the quads, so I cut out my upper half. Come on. Okay, all right. That's good. That's good. Let's see how the quads are looking right now. I mean, they're fucking pumped right now. Damn, this is right after my start. I shouldn't be doing this shit. Damn. Maybe instead of, what's this called? Sissy Squats. Okay. Just trains the rectus femoris in that lengthened position. That's good. I don't know why I did that. Oh, fuck. I mean, I know why I did it. I just said it. But, so the quads are looking. 27 days out. No, I can't get any distinguishable lines right now because they're so pumped up. They're fucking juicy. But, yeah, they're fucking juiced right now. Ooh. When they're not juiced like this, I can get some really good lines, but right now they just fucking feel like they're full of every fluid in my body right now. Holy. Good quads. Let's see if we can get some calves. Alright, I don't really be having the time to do a full 3 sets of calves. I know, right? But what is a good drop set? I'll pop out as many as I can. Okay, all right. Okay. Ooh. 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 Yep. Okay. Come on. All the way down to 50 pounds. That's where we're at. This is where we come to. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. These sounds are gonna be great for the fucking video. Holy shit. Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. So you guys might notice that I didn't do full reps on pretty much any of those to the very end. It's because a new study came out, guys. This one's to my calf skippers. You stay in the bottom portion of the movement and just where the calves are stretched all the way to the middle. Don't press all the way up on your toes. It actually shows better growth. You're keeping it in that lengthened portion. So it's easier to not skip calves because I don't feel like I have to do whole reps for it. It's crazy that you get, like, when you do a drop set, I'm not like a huge fan of drop sets. I don't always do them, but when you're running all the time, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I could barely move the 50s at the end. That's crazy, but I could barely move the 50s at the end. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. That was a good set of calves, though. Perfect time. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Post-gym talk. I just had some things on my mind that I wanted to address while I'm on my way out. So, lower volume approach today to the gym sesh. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Especially if you ain't got the time to be in there for an hour and a half, 2 hours every day. You don't have to. You shouldn't be in the gym, in my opinion. You shouldn't be in the gym for 2 hours at a time unless you're hitting a whole lot of cardio at the end. That's just my personal opinion, because, you know, the low volume approach and taking a lot of things to failure, not necessarily every set. You saw me, I didn't take every set to failure on today, especially at the beginning with those squats. I didn't take all of those to failure, except, I mean, I didn't take any of them to failure if you think about it, like to true failure where I dropped the weight on the racks. You know, I didn't do that. And sometimes that's tough to mentally push past when you're using free weight and you have to use the safety racks like that. But it's a little bit easier on the Smith machine. Anyways, it's still a lower volume approach. I still took everything close to failure, if not to failure. I mean, even on those calve raises, those guys went all the way. I dropped the weight all the way down to 50, and that's the beauty of drop sets, you know, is you get a lot of opportunities to push past that failure that you would have had at the higher weight and immediately go into the next set, you know. And I prefer like hitting failure or close to failure and then giving it a couple minutes of rest and then going into, you know, my next set after a couple minutes, 2 or 3 minutes of rest. But when time calls for it, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do as far as time constraints go. So, and that's where I was at today. I was on a time constraint by only my own fault. I woke up late, got ready late, so had a little bit less time in the gym, but I made up for it, or I tried to make use of all the time that I had by taking a lot of those sets to failure. You know, I only did what? 2 quad exercises essentially. I did heavy heel elevated squats, and then just a leg extension. That's it. Took the leg extension to failure as much as I could, even with some assisted reps at the end. Assisted reps are not necessary when it comes to doing certain exercises. Sometimes assisted reps aren't better than just taking a rest and going into the next set a little bit more full and rested. But I wanted to do some assisted reps today because I wasn't gonna be able to hit 3 or 4 sets on those. And usually I like to throw in like a hack squat, or still get like a Smith machine hack squat in there, something of that sort. So I was kind of missing an exercise today. So I try to make up for it by using assisted reps and drop sets. And you don't really have to do, you know, a whole lot of volume in the gym to grow your muscle. You know, there is a lot of different formulas and a lot of different patterns, so many different ways to lift that you can do that you will still grow muscle with. And most times the nuanced stuff doesn't really matter, especially if you're beginning. If you're beginning in the gym, you are what is going to be growing a lot of what is known as newbie gains, right? And that's great at the beginning of the gym. And even more advanced people have been lifting for years, you know, especially if you haven't been serious about building muscle and you just got serious. As long as you switch from an unserious mode where, like, you know, you just kind of go in the gym and you just kind of do the exercises, don't really take anything to or close to failure, then, you know, when you switch into that mode where you start to take things into failure and whatnot, you are going to see, you know, more gains, I believe. But, you know, when you get super advanced and you're just, especially if you're natural and you're scraping for every pound of muscle every ounce of muscle you can put on your frame, sometimes the nuanced stuff does really matter. And that's where you really, really got to lock in the training, you know. Not saying you can't make gains if you're a more advanced lifter and you still do, like, you know, you don't really train to failure or close to failure. You know, you could still make gains. Maybe they won't be as efficient. Maybe they are more efficient. Like I said, there's a lot of different formulas that you can use to grow muscle and still experience muscle growth. So today for me was a low volume approach. Most time it's low volume, but today was super low volume. Only 2 quad exercises. I usually get a third one in there. I still got my calves in, thank goodness. I don't need to hear any more about that because once people discovered that my thighs were actually huge and could compete in a classic competition for bodybuilding, it then shifted to, well, your calves are pretty unproportionate to the rest of your body. And I said, I know they are. Trust me, I am aware that my calves are disproportionate when it comes to the rest of my body, especially my upper legs, because my upper legs are really, compared to my calves, my upper leg is big. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my weak points, and that's one of the things that I really got to focus on when I go in the bulk after this competition, is that I gotta hit my calves a little bit more seriously. Since I've gone into prep, missed a workout, knock on wood, right? I've not missed a workout, and I have not, well, I won't say I haven't skipped calves, because I've definitely, like, at the end of the workout, I've definitely like, you know? But I've done calves every week at least once. So, you know, when the bulk comes around, if I can keep that consistency up, I am hoping to see more gains in the calves area. Probably throw those at the beginning of the leg days that I do, or hit them 3 times a week and throw them at the beginning of every workout that I put them in front of, because putting them at the beginning, I can really put more energy into the calves and not wait until the end when I'm already, my CNS, my central nervous system, has already been loaded and it's already been fried, and I throw some calves in at the end, you know, because those can become half-ass sets. So if I throw them at the beginning, I can really put as much effort as I want and am able to into those sets without lowering the quality too much of my other sets, because calves don't take a whole lot as far as you know, energy output, but throwing them in at the end of the workout can sometimes, you know, not be the most efficient method to put as much load on the calves to help them grow. You know, there are probably better things that I could do. But other than that, car talk over. Yapping session over, okay? I don't know how many yapping sessions I'm actually gonna do when I do this stuff, but you know, this is one of those where I felt like I had to yap. If I feel like there's something to talk about, I'll yap about it, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes there's just a lot to yap about, okay? I'm a yapper by heart. I'm a yapper, especially you point the camera at me, you know, I point the camera at myself, I'm gonna yap, you know? Maybe not to other people, you know, social anxiety is a bitch. But if you get me on a topic that I like, you know, I can yap to the camera, yap to anybody, you know? But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. and I hope to see you guys next time.